So many people build their online business and just think that they're gonna start getting sales. People are just gonna come into their store right from the get-go, right? But when they get no sales, they get surprised and like, okay, what happened? How come I'm not getting any sales? So I just want to tell you that you need to do some brand awareness and visibility for you to get people to know that you exist, to know that your store exists. So you have to do that. You have to put in that work. Gone are the days where people just build their stores, put their website out there, and people come. Not anymore. You have to put some work in to do that. I'm sorry to disappoint you with that. So how do you build that brand awareness? How do you build that visibility, right? To start off with, think of what you're selling, right? Who is that ideal client for that product or services that you're selling, right? And where do they hang out on? So let's say your ideal clients hang out on Facebook or Instagram, right? So what you have to do now is to come up with content, right? So start off thinking, what kind of content would you like to create? Right? Is it gonna be live videos? Is it gonna be posting reels? Is it gonna be doing videos? Is it gonna be a podcast, right? So think of the kind of content that you wanna create, because we're gonna be using the content we're creating for you to get that brand awareness, for you to get that visibility, right? So this is what's called content marketing. So that's what I'm going to be sharing today, just that tip to do your content marketing. So you start off with picking a platform where your ideal clients hang out on and choose the kind of content that you want to create, right? So when you choose that, let's say you chose to do like podcasts, right? Now you have to think of how frequently are you willing to be creating that content, right? How many times are you willing to post on Facebook or Instagram if you're choosing that route, right? And think of frequency that you're going to be able to stick with, right? So if you're going to say, I'm going to do it 5 times a day, are you going to be able to stick with that 5 times a day? Because you have to have some consistent in whatever way you choose to produce that content, right? So choose something that you are going to be able to keep up with, right? So if you're not going to be able to keep up with 5 posts a day on Instagram, then don't do it. Do what you can, right? But you have to keep the same kind of consistent throughout, right? So if it's twice a day, then it has to be twice a day every day, right? And every week. So you have to have that consistency in. So choose the frequency that you can stick with, that you're comfortable with. So if it's too much for you to be making videos every day, then don't make videos every day. Choose when you be able to keep up with that, right? Because when you do it too much, right, this is when people down the line after 2 weeks, after 3 weeks, they get so overwhelmed with creating the content, then they just stop and not do even anything at all, right? But if you are using our content for us to build that brand awareness, that visibility, you need to choose one way that's going to be more comfortable for us, that it's going to be easy for us to stick with. So once you chose your platform where you want to be creating content for, and you've chosen the type of content that you want to create, and you've chosen the frequency that you want to stick with, you also have to now to think of the content that you're creating. So now you have to start creating content that's going to attract your ideal client. So your content you're going to be creating, that you're going to be sharing on those platforms, it has to speak to your ideal customer, right? It has to attract them. It has to speak to what they're interested in, so that it attracts them and gets them to your products, right? To see, okay, your product is going to be what they need to solve that problem, to solve that frustration, to make them happy, to make them look good, whatever it is that you're selling, right? So it has to speak to your ideal clients, so that it builds that trust, so that it builds that credibility, and then you start building that audience of buyers, right? So by doing that, your audience grows from people who are really interested in what you're offering, right? So you're not just going to be having followers for the sake of followers, and followers who are not never going to be buying, right? But if you have that content which speaks to them, then your audience that you're growing is going to be targeted audience. It's going to be people who are interested in what you have, so that when you make your offers, they're interested, they'll be able to jump and buy what you offer, right? So when you do this right, when you do your content marketing right, it builds that brand awareness, it builds that visibility. You start getting customers easily, because people now know that you exist. You're showing up more regularly and frequently, right? You're consistent with your branding, you're consistent with your messaging, and you're attracting your customers, right? So that will end up having more sales coming in, right? Because now you have done all that work. So to push it even further, because right now with organic reach, sometimes it takes some time, and it's becoming a little bit hard these days, right? With all the new algorithms and all this stuff, right? So what I usually tell people, if you're comfortable with, if you to add into your budget, your marketing budget, you have to add at least 5% of that budget to put it towards promoting your content. So when you create that good content which speaks to your ideal client, I always say you have to spend at least 5% of your total marketing budget to just push that content right out there, so that you have more people seeing your post, right? Because when you post on Instagram, not everyone gets to see your post, unfortunately. Even on Facebook, not everyone gets to see your post, right? With the way things have changed, right? So if you're to spend just a little bit of money to just push it, right, it can be just like $3 a day to just push your content so that more people get to watch it. It increases that chances, increases that brand awareness, increases that visibility even further, right? And if it's that good content which speaks to your ideal client, then you're attracting more people to your store, you're attracting more people to your business who are buyers, right? So consider adding that, just a small amount, 5% of your marketing budget, towards promoting your content, because that's how you end up growing faster, how you grow your business even faster, right? So it doesn't have to be much, just a small amount that you can use to push that content, to push it further so that more people get to see it, right? So then when you add that strategy, your content marketing strategy, with your other marketing strategies, it then makes your whole business even grow, right? So to succeed with your brand awareness and visibility, you need to plan it out. So if you're interested in how to learn how to plan out for your business, I do have a master class that I did which covers planning out for your business, and I'll put the link below in the description that you can check it out if you're interested in. So this is Rudo Dube. I hope you found this video useful and you like it. Make sure you comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification button so that you don't miss any other videos like this where I share tips and tricks on how to grow your online business. So for now, stay strong, stay positive, and continue building the business that you love. And I'll see you next time. Take care, guys. Bye.